What the business is, you too. It's Clarence over here at Pursuit of Freedom, baby. What I want to do is mute NFL, my NFL game day and preview. It's so nice to be able to watch a little football, man, and not be sleeping all day. I done flip from night shift to day shift, so I'm back on days, baby. Oh, but another video, I want to just respond to a comment, man, and thanks for the comment. Thank you for the comment. Who this is? SG40334033. Where do you think it will go by next week? Now, ENPH Energy has been performing lovely for me. You see the video is up 200% since my first buy. It's grown my money so nicely. And it's been tough, man, because I'm in the middle of a career change. So I got a little bit of schooling going on. I'm in school all day, and it's hard for me to get away, but I have been able to get away. Now let's look at ENPH for a second. I just want to just do a response video, and thank you for that comment. I love the fact that in this video right here that I pointed out that just simple technical analysis, man. I had this support line already up here. I did not just put this up here today. Let's see when that was created. Created on 11/7/2018. Updated 7/31/2019. So I updated it July 31st. You know what I'm saying? And then look, July 31st, that's right about that time when it gapped. So I put a support line there to see if the stock ever was going to fall back to that level. And we got that fall back. In the last video I did on ENPH, I talked about this particular day here, which was the 5th, being that the stock had failed and dripped beneath this 50-day exponential moving average. Now, getting away from such short-term trading that I'm used to doing, and I can't wait to get back to, but I have not been able to be in front of the market at 9:30 up till 10:30 at all, because I truthfully try to trade the market open. The time that you get involved with the market is monumental. I'm just saying that to say that it's huge, baby. But look at what the stock did, though. The stock from my last video on ENPH, which was precisely about 2 weeks ago, has dipped down to that $21.67 mark exactly. Dipped beneath it, came back up, sat on top of it, and now look what it's also sitting on at the same time, that 100-day moving average. And I love that the price action has climbed back above my short-term moving averages, the 13 EMA and the 9 EMA. Now we got somewhat of a doji candle here, meaning there is some indecision. So the answer to that question, where do I think it's going by next week? That is a tough question to answer. But being that we are in the middle of a zone, the next resistance that I see, I look at this resistance here at 29, being that it has never been in this area before. Let's look at a weekly chart. Just trying to give you some hints and some tips. I'm not a soothsayer, so I do not have a clue where the stock is going to go. That'd be the first thing I tell you. In all honesty, I don't know where the stock is going to go. You know what I'm saying? But I do see an all-time high up here of 35%. I'm glad that I was able to gobble up a little bit more shares beneath 25, which I was talking about on that day. Gobble up a little bit of shares on this bullish day, which I've been trying to buy on red day, so I was a little mad. I bought on the green day again, and then I got punished for buying on that green day because the next day it dipped all the way down to 22. I could have got my 10 shares down here at 22.30 or something like that. But I ended up getting another 10 shares. So I'm at about 50 shares at ENPH right now. And my average price is still up here around 27 because I bought some also up here in this range here, thinking that the stock was just going to break higher over this $32 range and run. So I ended up getting some shares way up here somewhere. My average price is in this 27 range, about right where it's at now. I actually want the stock to come down here and get up a few more shares. Get up a few more shares, bring my average cost down some. I'm at about 5 minutes of yapping. But what I do see is that there's some resistance once again here about this between $29 and $31. And then I see the ultimate resistance up at 35. Now let's look at some different types of charts. All right. So this is now, I went from a daily chart to a weekly chart of ENPH. Now, each one of these candles represents a full week now. So we've had 1, 2, 3 straight weeks of falling, and then we finally got a bullish week. You know what I'm saying? But this thing had, I mean, a tear of weeks. I'm gonna go to the monthly chart to show you. Look at that. You know what I'm talking about? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months of straight up. So I mean, I kind of feel like there might still be some selling. The stock came out a little bit after the start of 2012, February, or was that March, right? February, March, and we got two dojis looking at the monthly chart, kind of sort of dojis. You got a sharp push up, and then you got a big swing lower, but now the price action is kind of hanging out in the same area, looking at monthly charts. Look at multiple time frames. Because the real money, the bigger money, they don't play by day. They play by week and by month. You know what I'm saying? They play by a different time frame. So we're now in a zone where I honestly feel like I don't know what the stock is gonna do. But what I will be trying to do on the long term thought is to gobble up as many shares as I can on the lower end. So on this monthly chart, the stock has been above my 13 exponential moving average, my 9 exponential moving average, and climbing. It is nowhere near. It came down and got somewhat close to touching this 9 EMA. Let's look at those same moving averages on the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, for this 3 weeks of pulling back, it pulled back beneath that. It was getting somewhat, well, not even nowhere near close to the 50, but it bounced off this support area from that gap on my daily chart, and it kind of held up in this zone. Okay, I can get rid of this. Um, So on a weekly chart, the price action is now climbing back above my short-term moving averages. And usually for me, when the price action jumps above the short-term moving averages, when coming from beneath it, the short-term trend is bullish. So I want to say that the short-term trend is bullish. And I want to say that we got about, from the tip, from where we at today, I'm going to go back to my daily. From where we at right now to the highs, you still got 28% possible gains in here. Now, I've been trying to gobble up shares down here in this 24. Like, I got a little lucky, got a little something over here in this area, trying to get back to mine on a red day after I missed this big discount. Red days, I got to change my mindset from my long term and get these discounts. So, heck yeah, I'm stepping out the classroom, run into a spot where I can get me some shares. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I come down here and look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight green days, even though we got some deviation. We got a red candle there, but it turned out to be a bullish day. You know what I'm saying? Then we got a red candle here, but it turned out to be bullish volume. So, I mean, I always like when I see deviations, I just peep that out, see what's going on there. On this particular chart, I don't have my stochastics. So, but I'll come over here right quick. Okay, so on my stochastics, you know, we got some room to build. The price action is a little low. We came down here and sat on this here blue line. Let's make that bigger. Got close to this here between the 30 and the 70, right? Or the 30 and the 60. And now it looks like we're getting some sideways action in the stochastics. These are just more indicators, trying to get more ideas possibly of what the stock might be getting ready to do. I don't know. So we might go sideways for a little bit, might go up. But I see 28% between where the stock is right now and the all-time highs. The stock has never been any higher than $35. So in this area here, I want to just gobble up shares. That's about it. Gobble, gobble, gobble. It's time to eat. Get these shares up, baby. Because if the surge gets back to this here area of 35, you know, and this 35 area holds again, I may look to take some gains at that 35 area. You know what I'm saying? If it holds again. But if it gets above that area, you know what I'm talking about? Ain't no telling where it can go because it's blasting past its all-time high. But the resistance held for 5 days in a row. So that's just something else to look for. How long I've been yibbity yapping? I'm already at 10 minutes and I have not really looked too much at the stock. Now, what I do want to do right quick is come over to one of my other secret weapons, finviz.com, type in ENPH for ENPH. Let's get to this here ticker profile. And I want to scroll down, close these ads. Now, I do, it's haunting me. In the back of my mind, they did announce, I can't think of the day, but it's been some time ago. Actually, it should be way back. They announced a stock offering. You know what? Uh, I did a video on Enphase around the time. There we go. 3 months ago, they announced a stock offering. So, and in that stock offering, from 3 months ago, they talked on they had up until like 2024 or 2020 something to complete the offering. So that's always in the back of my mind too. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't find any news on anybody, selling any shares. But what I come in the end phase for to see what's going on in the stock. And as you can see, whatever that humongous name is, CEO, that was on the 9th of September, sold off 10,000 shares. Sale on the 9th also from the VP, Chief Financial Officer, 10,000 shares, $247,000. You know what I'm saying? And this is their total share count. They still holding a chunky amount of shares, but always come over here to finviz.com, and see what's going on. And then we got some nice size option exercises going on in here. And you see you see the dollar value. Somebody hit a director, more richer. If they start to selling, I'm getting nervous because they got a large amount of value. But this thing say total share zero. I don't know what's going on now. But when you see selling, okay, so that explains some things. Where was the 9th? So that's August. The 9th was right here. So on this red day here, you had a great amount of selling. There's probably some more than that, but that's all that's being shown right now. You know what I'm saying? I probably can go back even more. I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. Oh, maybe not. Just going into August right here. September 11th. Oh, get that. Okay. I got some confusion here looking at this here Finviz. But what I'm not confused about is that the transaction type has been some selling. And these are chunky amounts of shares. This is just the insiders. If insiders start to pull out, you know what I'm saying, and then you're gonna have some dipping in the stock. Also, uh, Jim Cramer has a large audience, and I come through and I read these here. I read one. It's been some time now, though. It's been probably like close to a month or something. Uh, 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 Ginkgo Solar. Okay, this was the article that Jim Cramer about 25 days ago, as it was struggling with this $35 area, as I pointed out before. You know what I'm saying? And Jim Cramer said, the company designs and manufactures software-driven home energy products that include solar generation, home energy storage, and web-based monitoring and control. In this daily bar chart of Enphase ENPH below, we can see that the prices have gone around $4 to $5 last fall. $4 to $5 last fall to around 35 now. You know what I'm saying? This stock is red hot, but discipline says you need to take profits. That's where it started at. I read after that, but that's really the hot spot right there. And this was August the 28th. Now he has a big following. What's going on August the 28th? Look at what happened the 29th, right after Jim Cramer released that. You get this monstrous selling. So read up on news, see who's talking about it. A lot of people watch Kramer, and they took some profit after this, after it struggled with the $35 area. You know what I'm saying? They took profit, but that made it cheaper and better, gave me some better entries right here to try to bring my average cost back down since I bought, you know what I'm saying, a good amount of shares up here in the $32, $33 area. So I'm just mad that I ain't have enough. I didn't catch it down here in 21, 22. Ooh, I could have caught this thing as low. It's about 21, 26, and that's the only thing I'm mad about. I ain't catch it at the low. So this is a long response video, man, but I think that this stock has room to climb higher as always. You know, I really do like it. Let's go back. And I mean, I always do this. Just giving you my recipe. I want to see what the statistics are saying. Market cap still 3 billion. I'm bypassing some stuff and making some changes. Average volume is still decently high. Over 10 days, 7 million. This is increasing. Float 96 million. You got, a good amount held there. Short percentage of float is still 11%. It was 11% the last time. You know what I'm saying? Cash balance sheet. Look at this cash, man. They got twice the amount of cash. Well, not twice, but close to twice the amount of cash as they do debt. They can wipe out this debt still. So I'm still definitely in favor of ENPH, whether it's going up or down. ENPH, I'm buying. ENPH, I'm buying. Hey, this class over here, Pursuit of Freedom, you know what it is.